Hello, I am Wang, a PhD student in City University of Hong Kong. I'm here to present our paper, Critical Heritage Studies as a Lens to Understand Short Video Sharing of Intangible Cultural Heritage on Douyin. Intangible cultural heritage (ICH) is a living heritage that includes people's memories, skills, and lifestyles. It faces threats like insufficient documentation and inadequate safeguarding measures, especially in low-resourced communities. Particularly short videos have shown potential in preserving ICH by effectively conveying information and engaging younger generations. Promoting ICH also presents challenges, such as balancing complex relations and power dynamics. Short video sharing allows interaction, learning, and innovation, but issues arise from the brevity of videos, commercialization, and content attention inequality due to recommendation algorithms. There are also concerns about power relations in cultural representation, the balance between top-down and bottom-up heritage management. These challenges reflect the concept of critical heritage studies (CHS), which aims to understand how heritage functions within societies and the interplay between heritage and power. Using CHS as a theoretical lens, we aim to critically examine ICH, focusing on how power, identity, and knowledge intersect with the practice, interpretation, display, and management of cultural heritage. We propose 3 research questions to understand the short video sharing of ICH on Douyin, a popular platform in China with over 600 million daily active users. Over 140 million videos on Douyin have covered more than 1,500 ICH practices, gaining 200 billion views and about 6.5 billion likes. To the RQ1, based on the CHS argument, ICH is a dynamic process and also continually emergent and living like a perpetual performance. We aim to construct an taxonomy to frame the landscape of ICH short video on Douyin, which can capture and understand the complex and dynamic process. We've categorized this into 4 frames based on thematic analysis with more than 25,000 videos. The recording frame includes a presentation, which is the ICH performance and craft production, and inheritance, which are teaching processes from inheritors to the next generations. Knowledge communication is the introduction and history of ICH-related knowledge to the community frame. Here is a representative example of a cross-community, that is, a young man from Xi'an who appreciates Mongolian music after studying the war in Kurs for 3 years. The innovation frame has the features dissemination innovation, such as a video program called Intangible Cultural Heritage, celebrate the Chinese New Year, and content innovation such as the inheritor of Xining Xianxiao incorporated a contemporary event, the defense against flu. In the commercialization frame, some videos use ICH-related content to appeal to wider viewers and promote ICH content more effectively. However, some only treat ICH as a commodity for personal popularity and self-promotion. A business approach strategically incorporates ICH-related content to attract customers and boost sales, generating interest in ICH for its sustainable development. To our Q2, based on the CHS argument, different groups possess divergent understandings of the nature, ownership, value, significance, and importance of ICH, often exhibiting inherent contradictions. We aim to construct a taxonomy to understand how different groups interpret, present, and manage ICH through short videos on Douyin based on these frames. We categorize 5 factors to describe the attribution of ICH groups based on thematic analysis with more than 25,000 video content and creators. Based on these factors, we investigate how they interpret, present, and manage ICH on Douyin. As a dynamic issue, government-affiliated videos tend to make superficial calls for ICH inheritance. For example, a video made a rigid call to carry forward and promote the traditions passed down by our ancestors. Some groups use their authority to define and interpret ICH, often aligning with grand narratives and expanding their control over a wider online population. An example is a video that focused on praising the national achievements in the 13th Five-Year Plan and offering blessings for the nation through the product of paper cutting. As the identity relation, local communities actively share ICH content to maintain community memory and independence and reduce cultural erosion. They often perceive external group participation in ICH preservation as a threat to their unique memory, identity, and authenticity. As a result, they adopt a conservative attitude towards ICH presentation and interpretation. For instance, ICH inheritance primarily occurs within the community, among relatives or direct descendants. They also prioritize ICH innovation based on their own definition. Between professionalism and verification, there's a gap in ICH interaction between the professionalism and verification groups, revealing identity differences. Many individuals, especially ethnic minorities, who are natural inheritors or professionals in the ICH domain, fail to get verified. These individuals often emphasize their identity in their video titles or signatures. For example, one individual stated, "I am from Kongzhong village, Dengzhou, Henan," is currently a local member of the national ICH troupe, providing accompaniment on the Quhu for Lojia opera. An understanding of the video and creators on Douyin is not enough. Two are also a large group of users in the ICH community on Douyin. We adopt the argument of CH canalize the viewer response. CH has said that ICH has to be regarded as a dynamic arena where diverse issues are debated and negotiated by representatives. We utilize the language model to analyze the comments for classification and sentiment analysis, and based on the comments type, conduct 3 regression analyses to address what are the different viewer responses to these different frames and factors of CHS on Douyin. Based on the comments classification, we got 4 types of comments. The communication and question comments are considered ICH, related comments to reflect how users discuss with each other, and attitude comments can intuitively reflect the debate and negotiation situation. Based on the regression results, there are some valuable findings which are correlated with the aforementioned findings. First, cross-community videos, which often share experiences, learning, and practices of unfamiliar ICH content, receive more likes and comments. In ICH-related discussions, viewers tend to rely on authoritative sources. However, cross-community and ordinary videos create a relaxed atmosphere that encourages open discussions about ICH knowledge. Non-verification increases attitude comments, highlighting the gap between verification and professionalism on Douyin. Based on the sentiment analysis, we found attitude comments critique the content, but positive and neutral comments are more prevalent. There are many repetitive positive comments, like thumbs up or heart emojis, suggesting a superficial commenting phenomenon with limited debates and negotiations. Some negative comments display defensiveness and aggression, which can escalate arguments and diminish the potential for constructive debates and negotiations. Based on the analysis, we situated our findings within the prior literature and provided design implications for ICH promotion and safeguarding via short video sharing. First, based on the user preference for experience sharing, like the video is usual with cross-community features, we argued promoting and safeguarding ICH through practice and experience. To ensure a comprehensive and inclusive approach to ICH, a bottom-up approach on short video platforms is necessary. It involves co-creating and co-managing ICH through debates and negotiations that consider the diverse interests and requirements of different groups. Our findings in prior work showed that the absence of official verification poses obstacles in establishing credibility, visibility, and accessing platform resources and support for their ICH content. To address this issue, it is crucial for platforms to develop an inclusive and adaptable verification system that accommodates ICH professionals in diverse situations. Finally, based on our findings, the lack of critical communication and the repetitive parsing attitude in comments reflect the abnormal context of the ICH arena on Douyin. Thus, the platform should effectively encourage users to provide substantive comments with moderation on ICH-related videos, fostering dialogues. Please refer to the full paper for more details about this work. Hello, I am